Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we just declared war on Spain again. Round 2 here, or I guess 3 if you include the time travel achievements not enabled shenanigans, but we don't include that. That's not canon. So this is round 2 of fighting Spain. Now this is an imperialism war, and we are going to be able to take a little bit more than we normally would have because it's an imperialism war. We need to be careful with these armies here. They're low morale right now. And we are going to get a morale tick, like, literally right now. Maybe. That's a hard maybe. It looks like that didn't really happen over here. Okay. Interesting. So we do see a fair number of forces moving this direction. They are going to be blocked from moving around us this way by this fort. They could move in through Constantine into Kiev. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what that timing ends up looking like. For the moment, I think it's probably okay. So we've occupied Tangiers here. We need to head on into Ceuta. Okay. We've occupied a lot of locations now. We're going to move up like so. Taking over this castle. Or rather, this fort. We're going to move on up this way. And the real question here is, if they're going around this way, do we care? The answer is no, we don't. This is actually ideal for us. So we allow them to do that, and we're going to advance out this direction into Tatooine. Choo-choo indeed. So we have occupied some territory out over this way. We are going to head on in. I don't like this directionality at all. Okay, that's very awkward. We're going to bring these guys in to help siege in Ceuta. That'll be fun. So there's a lot of forces over here, right? There's like 150k. We have enough to deal with it. What percentage of Spain's force is that? Like half. That's actually a good thing. Okay. So Nubian separatists are down over here. And we'll deal with those, no problem. We also won the siege of Dara. No shockers there. Actually, that was a little bit quicker than I expected. We'll head into Kabylia. And we're ahead on this siege curve. So that looks very, very good. We're going to head in here. Nope, we are... this is very awkward. It's due to this fort, and we can't go into this fort just yet. Now we should be able to, although this is coming in. 23 December. We're probably not going to get there in time. Yeah. We won the siege of Kiev. Okay. So at this point, we're going to head in here. I want these guys to make their way up this way. Where are they going? They're going into Sfax. Let's group these forces up. Okay. Congolese revolutionaries in Cape. No problem. We can deal with those. That's not going to be an issue at all. Up over here, they have 100k, 110k. They're Miltech 30, so we have a Miltech on them. Do we know what their discipline is? Their prestige is 76, so that's going to help them. We can see it in the ledger. So if we go into the military army quality comparison, and we look at Spain... Spain? Where are you at? Did I pass you? Shouldn't have. We have higher discipline than them, for sure. They have higher morale by a pretty wide margin. Army tradition is quite a lot of that. Okay, so we should probably avoid fighting them with similarly numbered armies then. Good to know. These guys are going to move out over here. And these guys are going to move up over here. Beautiful. We're going to head in over this direction and take territory over here. Okay, so we're grouped up here. When are they going to leave? 23 and 25 January. We will arrive on 24 January. This is perfect. We're going to head in here. This should stack wipe their 10k stack. And indeed it did. So now the question is, do we go in and fight them here? We will be considered the defender in Highlands. Okay. Local defensiveness plus 10% and -1 dice roll for attacker. We will be considered the defender here because we're relieving the siege. We have better generals. We outnumber them about 1.6 to 1 or so, 1.5 to 1, somewhere around in there. We have better discipline than they do. The only thing is the morale. And I think we just have to feel it out and see how it's going to feel. Let's go. Okay, Moroccan separatists out over this way. For now, no problem. This fort will cap that back. Our morale is definitely hurting. They retreated. So that tells us a story. The story that tells us is our morale is tough. That is to say, their morale is tough. We're going to have a really hard time getting through that morale. Luckily, we don't need to. Our allies are going to be fighting up over here. And once Russia properly arrives, which they haven't yet, once Russia properly arrives, we should be good. In theory. So these ships here are going to go on by. We need to make our way across here. And we need to do it whenever we can. Okay, we made it. Fantastic. So now we can make our way out over this direction. These guys can finish up this siege, come out over here. I see these forces over here. They're still retreating this direction. The question is, are they going to go over Gibraltar or not? So this is all being occupied. We're going to come up to reinforce over here. And we're going to bring these forces in as well. That's awkward. They retreated to here. So we're going to have to retreat from this. Guaranteed. We might actually get stack wiped by it. We managed to retreat. Good. So they're going to walk over here. And we're going to need these forces here. We may end up losing the siege. Actually, they're staying here. I like it. So we're going to walk in over this way for the moment. Our reinforcements are on the way. We're hoping that this siege ends up winning. What is this? Who even is this? Oh, here. Okay. We accept. Cool. So we're moving forces over, right? We need to head on over to here. All of these guys are going to head over to here. Okay, so we eliminate these guys. We're going to back off. These should actually be force marched, but we will wait a bit. There we go. Yeah, we don't regenerate morale unless we're stationed. Right. Okay, so these guys are going to move in over to here. We have forces on the way over. This siege is still ongoing, which is fine. And the question is, how much are we actually going to be able to take over here? A good chunk. A really good chunk. Almost all of their African holdings. I love it. Okay. So we're grouping more forces in here. These guys are going to move into Fez. We've got these surrounded. Beautiful. In we go. They are definitely going to retreat from this. There's no way they don't retreat. They didn't retreat. We actually stack wiped them. That's huge. That was half of their army basically gone. Okay, so now we, of course, need to head for Madrid. So we're going to send most of our forces up this way. We'll be leaving one of our units over here. We can't really make our way past this fort. So we're going to be doing something kind of like this. Cool. We know they don't have anyone around here, so that's fine. Beautiful. I intended to have a unit here, so we can do something kind of like this. Cool. Okay, so at this point, of course, Spain does not want out of this war. Man, I wish we could take all of this, but we kind of can't for the moment. This will get us a truce until 1821. Let me double check the end date. EU for end date. January 2nd, 1821. Okay, so this is a problem. We're probably going to have to truce break. Or find a better way to do this. I wonder. Instead of doing this, because for some reason I was thinking the game ended in 1836. No, it's 1821. So we're going to have to do something about that. Okay, so what if we release nations instead? We release Algiers. We release... let's see, what else would we release? Only Spain has cores over here. Morocco has some cores. So we could do return core to Morocco, for sure. We don't care about any of this. Return Fez to Morocco. Okay. We release Algiers. And what else would we be able to do? Tlemcen. This is also Morocco here. Okay. So Mazab to Morocco. This goes to Morocco. This goes to Morocco. And then we release nations. We have Algiers. We need Tlemcen. Like this. The question is, will this do? Honestly, this is getting even less. We're probably going to have to truce break. Is what's going to have to happen. Ooh, that's close. That's really close. And this would, I believe, require a truce break. Yes, it would. We'll see if we can get any more as this war goes on. Sometimes you can grab another province or two when you get a little bit more war score. Gain a stability? Sure. But we're probably going to have to truce break this to get the last little bit. So this is, oh yeah, that's a lot. So I don't think we get this one. But this is incredibly close. Incredibly, incredibly close to what we need. So yeah, we do this. We're going to have to truce break, which means that we won't have allies for that. And that's going to be awkward. Very, very awkward. Okay, this siege ended. Good. So we're going to spread out over this direction, taking a bunch of territory. I want to head up over here. I want to head to Toledo. I want to head in over this direction. And these guys, actually, let's have them head over to Annaba. Cool. Okay, so we've got a bunch of sieges going on here, right? Absolutely we do. And that's great. We're going to move on forward. There we go. Man, I really want to find a way to do this. Yeah, these have pretty high development. Pretty high indeed. You know, if I hadn't have, when we redid this, like, if we hadn't have lost the achievements on the first run, we would have had it this war. That's the awkward thing. Because when I redid it... Oh, we can become the economic hegemon. Sure. Actually, let's not. I don't want to stand more alone in the world right now. But what I was saying is... When I redid it, I didn't do an imperialism CB, so we would have had enough to grab these two. Very awkward indeed. We are going to head on over this direction. We're going to head up this way. These guys can... I guess we can get extra forces sieging here. That seems fine. And we'll head up over here. Looks good. Cool. So we're making some progress here, war score-wise. Madrid will fall soon enough, and that'll get us kicking war score. That'll be a pretty big deal. Oh, Timbuktu is down here. Sure. Okay. Wonder if we can find some way to fight that without breaking a truce. I don't know. It's going to be awkward, for sure. I'm not sure how we'll pull it off. I'm going to send these guys up to this location to continue their siege. Cool. And we're going to push on towards Valencia. Looks good. These sieges are continuing to happen. Yeah, they currently would not be able to do anything else there, but I think we need more war score for that to happen, or it has to do with their development? I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure how that calculation works. So we're going to head to Salamanca, and we're going to be taking Madrid very, very soon. These guys can head on up here, eliminate that, no problem. We may as well have these guys hop into port. We could grab a dip tech here, and let's do it. That sounds good. Okay. Yeah, this is occupied up here. I don't care about that. That's pretty irrelevant. Okay, so Toledo is about to fall. There we go. Fantastic. These guys are going to move up over here, continuing to take forts. And we're just going to take over what territory we can. We're at 13% war score right now, but with Madrid about to fall, that should, in theory, be changing. Okay. There we go. Madrid falls. We're now at 28% war score. We're going to head up over this direction, but we can't quite get there yet due to this fort. So we may as well move a second army in to help siege this. And these guys are going to make their way over this way and just take over some of this territory. Beautiful. So yeah, we find our peace offer value is still at 100 here, which is sad. No doubt about that. Let's grab these territories. And we're still waiting on some of these forts to fall. But it shouldn't be too bad. All is looking good here. Spain is pretty thoroughly under control. The other question, of course, is if we're going to truce break... What are you doing here, Great Britain? You gonna flip this to us? I sure hope they do. I didn't notice these rebels here until Great Britain was already heading in. Hopefully they do that. Okay, we're going to head up over this direction, I guess. And we're going to head to here. Looks good. Cool. We're 33% war score right now. Is anybody willing to leave this war? Yes. These guys are. Fantastic. Anybody else? Switzerland? Actually, Switzerland is willing to leave. We'll take war reps if we can. We cannot. We have 3 reasons not to take that. What about Venice? We're at 20% here. 19 reasons not to take that. And Trent... Trent doesn't want anything to do with that. Okay. Ottoman separatists down in Dhofar. Kind of irrelevant. Cool. Walls breached down over here. We're at 37% war score. And we're just going to wait a bit at this point. So these guys are going to head over... They can't actually make it past this fort. That is very sad. We're blockaded by this fort right now. Cool. We've got a good amount of admin power. We're going to need more, of course. And Fez is under our control. Looks good. This peace offer value is now 101. Awkwardly enough. But I mean, we'd have to... we would have to have this happen with another war anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. We see a pretty large Spanish force here. Okay. I'm going to move these guys all into here, just to prevent them from attacking us here. And this force is going to move over this direction, while these guys fill in some of this gap. There's a very large force here, and our allies aren't super around. Okay. So now the question is, Switzerland, do you want out with war reps? Yes. Switzerland's out of here. Fantastic. Next up, Venice. They won't do this if they annul their treaty with Spain. Switzerland, I probably should have annulled the treaty with Spain. Trent, I think we just let out. Yeah, I think we just let Trent out. Cool. Venice, we're going to need a little bit more war score in. So that'll be fine. So these sieges are underway. We're going to get additional war score over this way. We're at 46% right now. Beautiful. And of course, we need to remember that when we truce break, our allies aren't going to join us on that. That is what makes this very awkward. No doubt about that. I'm just thinking here about what we would want to take here. This would actually be interesting. Indeed. Okay. Let's check in on Venice. Venice would not currently accept a white peace due to ongoing battles. Okay, fair enough. We're going to head over this direction. This siege is now over. I want to walk over here and fight this Spanish force. They're out of here. Beautiful. So now we're going to do something kind of like this for the moment. Excellent. And we'll continue to move up over this way. Cool. So Venice would now accept this. They would actually accept annulling their treaty with Spain. Done. So we're going to get Venice out of here. Beautiful. So Venice is now gone. Does that change this calculus at all? Not really. So we've got 22, 19, and 15 development here. Okay. I'd like to be able to get this. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. I would really like for that to happen. These guys are going to head up to this fort and start sieging that. Okay. Cool. So we're getting additional war score here, right? That's our primary goal at this moment. And let's just pile these guys in here to get this siege over with. Cool. And this siege is now done. So we're going to send at least 2 units over to here. Beautiful. Okay. The dawn of a new era, indeed. The real question is, how are we going to get another war with Spain? One question that I have. This territory that we're not grabbing here. Morocco has a claim. Tunis considers this to be a core. Tlemcen considers it to be a core. Okay. Can we get any of this returned? This would go to Illinois. That would go to Canada. What we're really looking for is returning these things to Morocco, like this. That's already demanded. Let's see here. We're looking for Tlemcen, Titiri, and Hodna. So where would these be? This looks to be alphabetical. Okay. So that doesn't seem to really be a thing. Releasing Tunis would be 23 war score. Man. This calculus is complicated. If we had done that imperialism war goal, we would have been fine. If we had done that the second time around. We did do it the first time. Alas. We'll see. I think we're going to have to do a truce break. Is what it boils down to. One thing we could do is fabricate claims on these 3. So we would start building a spy network on Spain. We would fabricate claims on these and then go after those rather than imperialism so we don't have to come up here. And then just play defense. Possibly. Oh, I shouldn't have grabbed that. Okay, that was a mistake. I just grabbed admin tech on autopilot. Whoops. Oh well. We're going to need how much to core this? Well, it's going to be a lot, is the answer. Yeah, 1380. Okay, that's reasonably expected, though. So, this wall is going to be breached soon. Okay. All of this is reasonably under control, right? So, let's head out over this direction. Fulani separatists down over here. We will head over and deal with those. No problem. We're going to have a lot more of those. Lose 75 admin power. No thank you. Lose the stability. No thank you. Okay, head on in over this way. Beautiful. And let's wrap up this war. I really wish there was a way we could get a little bit more war score here. But alas, there's not. So it all comes down to we need to be a truce breaker. So this fort falls. They would not currently accept this. They have 76 reasons not to. That's basically all of their territory over here occupied, right? So we're going to move forces back this direction. And it is past time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we'll see if we can find a way to get this done in this war. I really feel like there must be one. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisoul, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.